G'day, this is Ray. Welcome to another video all about expat life in Thailand. After watching the video, if you like it, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, subscribe and click the bell and click all. Today is more about scum in Phuket. I thought of making this video after reading an article in the Phuket News. The headline reads, Kiwi duo in ugly clash with cop. I could not believe what I was reading. I initially drew the conclusion that the Kiwis must be part of a biker gang. I was wrong. They were tourists. What the hell is wrong with these people? Okay, now let's have a read of the main bits of the story. The negative behaviour and conduct of foreigners in Phuket is once again in the spotlight after two men from New Zealand assaulted a police officer. Yeah, two bloody idiots, likely contestants for a Darwin Award, actually assaulted a police officer. The men, two brothers, 36-year-old Hamish Day and 38-year-old Oscar Matson Day, were initially pulled on traffic violations before attacking the officer that was cautioning them by wrestling him to the ground and taking his firearm. Their parents have said they're just kids on vacation. For Christ's sake, they're in their late 30s. They're not kids. The incident occurred at approximately 3:50 p.m. while Police Lieutenant Somsak Nuiad was stationed roadside on Chow Phar East Road conducting traffic duties. Officer Somsak noticed the two Kiwi men speeding on their motorbikes and so gestured for them to pull over, a command they completely ignored before carrying on their journey. Officer Somsak subsequently pursued them until he was able to get them to stop on the side of the road. When Officer Somsak approached the men to reprimand them, they responded with anger before wrestling the policeman to the ground. A tussle ensued when Officer Somsak reached for his gun. One of the men managed to grab it from him and a shot was fired while the other man snatched Officer Somsak's phone. They took the phone to delete any photos the cop may have taken. I guess they watched CSI. Additional officers were soon at the scene to lend assistance and managed to apprehend the two assailants. It could have been a simple warning had they stopped, or a ticket and a fine since they had to be chased down. But these fools decide it's better to assault the officer. Now, I would not want to be in their moccasins. The two Kiwi men stand to face charges of jointly stealing property, jointly fighting or obstructing officials in the performance of their duties, jointly assaulting officials in the performance of their duties, jointly attempting to bribe officials, and driving without a license. According to Officer Somsak, it was when they had offered a bribe and he declined that the Kiwis became angry. The kids and heirs of a New Zealand multi-millionaire now face the squalid conditions of a Thai jail for a while. Then I hope they will be deported and blacklisted for life. Of late there have been a spate of incidents, say police. The latest incident came only days after Singaporean national Lim Jia was apprehended for driving his motorcycle in Cheung Talay without a helmet or license. No big deal, you might say. But when reprimanded by police and issued with a fine, Lim threw the money in the police officer's face before punching him in the back of the head. Lim was subsequently charged for this outburst. What the hell was this moron thinking? I hope this one too languishes in squalor before being deported and blacklisted. While he waits to go home, he'll have ample time to think about what anger gets him. Prior to this was the high-profile incident of Swiss national Urs Fair, allegedly kicking a female Thai doctor outside his rented villa at Cape Yamu. This saw his visa revoked, his business dissolved, and his life in Thailand finished. Fair's behaviour stirred up lots of dissatisfaction among local Phuket residents and has led to increased scrutiny of the legality of foreigners based on the island, with a spate of arrests made of late. Personally, I hope the dragnet scoops up all the biker gangs, mafioso and general hoodlums and morons, then removes them from Thailand. I and the vast majority of law-abiding expats just want to live here at peace with nature and the populace. But now, after this viral news, I feel people looking at me and whispering words I dare not ponder. I'm glad I don't live in Phuket. The expats there are likely sensing much more animosity than those of us in cities and towns like Chiang Rai. I hope Pattaya is next, but that might require declaring war on Vladimir Putin. If you are in Chiang Rai and finding it difficult to open a bank account or get your visa sorted, Jen can help. For a small fee, Jen will help you open your bank account and gather and complete all the documents that you will need to submit your visa application. When that is done, you have two choices. You can go to the immigration office and file the application yourself, or you can pay someone to represent you at the immigration office, in which case Jen will introduce you to a trusted associate who will take you to the immigration office and speak on your behalf. Jen also teaches basic conversational Thai in one-on-one lessons. Jen's contact details are in the video description. Okay, cobbers, that's all for another time. Do you think the Phuket cops are too hard on foreigners, or do you think a scourge is needed? Tell me in the comments what you think.